my YouTube channel. My name is Deborah Amaechi. I remember here I touch topics around God, adulting, and everything in between. I'm not alone today. I am with somebody quite amazing. Star student, recently an author, former president of the Students Representative Council, a child of God.
Yes.
And what have you? Welcome, Uncle Dayo.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good to see you again.
Good to see you after 2 years. After 1 year.
1 year. 1 year.
How do you feel exactly?
I feel blessed. I feel it's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be alive. Especially in this country at this time.
I know, right?
And
you look sharp.
Thank you. I'm just trying to look sharp.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm sure as you can see from the title, you know that Dayo recently published a book.
Yes.
And it's titled First Class Na Beans. I'm sure when you saw it, you're like, how can they say First Class Na Beans? I bet when they follow me, I like you, Sorosoke. But we're here to Sorosoke, so calm down.
Yes.
Dayo.
Yes.
Beyond First Class Na Beans, of course you were a first class, you are still a first class person, not just a graduate.
Yes, not just.
Who is Adedayo Michaels?
Adedayo Michaels is an indigene of Osun State, from a family of 6. I was to be the last one. I have 5 of them that are older than me. I recently graduated with the first class mass communication.
What was your CPP exactly?
It was amazingly, people don't know, and people who believe in that. It was a 4.5.
Whoa! I want to say thank you to your video. Okay.
Because of the number of things I was doing in school, I almost I was too responsible for for myself. I nearly missed it.
I'm really glad you did it.
Yeah, I'm grateful to God I did.
Okay, so I really need to commend you on the book. I'm sorry guys, I read the book already, so if you need a copy, go and grab yours. I really like the book. I like the progression. It started with goal setting, then it went to the discipline. Then the mentorship. Then I'm trying to
the relevant
student, street smart student, then the God factor. Like it was everything. When you come to goal setting, we've been taught to set smart goals, specific, measurable, all of those things.
Yeah.
But I saw your goals and they were like really outrageous. So let's talk about that. Guys, in the book, Dayo's goal was straight A's, So talk about that. Tell us about it.
I think they say that if you aim for the stars, if you miss it, you might. Or no, I think it was if you aim for the moon, if you miss it, you fall among the stars. So I wanted to set something. I mean, it was like I said in the book. It was exciting to look at it. Every morning I woke up, close to my bed, it was pasted on the wall. It was amazing. It was an imagination at the time. But I understood that if I do not put in the work, this will only be a mirage.
Yeah.
So and then I wasn't the first person to do that. I learned that from Emmanuel Olukemi, who happened to be the best graduate student at that same university in his set. So it wasn't something that was new. I just saw it I saw it from him, and then I think Nijo Omotola also told me that she was also doing something like that. So I said, well, if they are doing it and they're getting results, man, let me just follow suit, and it was. But I would also like to say that like I said in the book, I didn't get it at first, but most times I ended up getting more A's and few B's.
Okay.
So, but it became a target, something that I was aiming at, because trust me, it's not easy to have that kind of result. All around A's in the private university with a number of things happening in you and around you. Come on. So
you said something in the book.
Yes.
Still, the next chapter was on discipline,
yes,
and the discipline was basically just talking about the matching, putting in the work to match the vision board.
Yes.
And then you said something about how your relationships sort of suffered and all of that. You didn't have the time to be at all the events and all of that. But there's a popular narrative about you don't just go to school to get good grades. You're going there to build networks for life and all of that. Can you really explain. Like, I know that we're going to read it, people are going to read this book and they will get what you are saying.
Yeah.
But I need to shed light right now on balancing the networking part of school and the good grades, because I mean, wherever you get to and you are in first class, no matter the organization, there will sort of be a special sort of treatment.
Yeah.
So can you just balance it now? Let's building a good network base and then getting good grades.
I think I balanced it in chapter 4, the street sense as student, because like I said, a first class foundation is important from 100 to 200 level. So most times it takes the grace of God. First class becomes on God, not even Nabins now, from 300 level to 400 level. Because at that stage, a number of things is happening to you, psychologically, emotionally, and otherwise. So that's why it was at chapter 2. And I like the fact that you mentioned that the book is in a progression. So number 1, you have a goal. You set a goal. Number 2 now is asking you, this is the discipline. So it wasn't as if I was not, relating to people, I was not building a relationship, but like I said in the book again, back to the book again, the goal I set constituted my network at that time. At this time, which is what I mentioned in chapter 4, I wasn't in business. I wasn't printing, I wasn't selling stuff. So it was that vision, that goal, that was creating my kind of friends, because then there was a number of us that I used to see then in the library. So those were my friends. Those became my network at that time.
Okay.
So you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to. You know that one of the things I learned personally, I also finished from Caleb University, and Uncle Dayo, and that's why I called him, was my mentor through my 4 years in school. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me for my grade. So towards the end of my stay in school,
yes.
I discovered that a lot of people that I did not relate with, because they didn't have the kind of grades I had for academics, were beautiful people and they had goals.
Yes.
So what happens? How do you, beyond people who have common goals with you, beyond people you see in the library and in chapel, because that's where we make most of our good friends. Yeah. Beyond that, so how do you relate with other people? How do you bring people into your network? Because that's like a wonderful, golden opportunity to make friends while you're in school with them, because you don't know where they're going to
That's very true.
So how do you do
that? I think the library and chapel is not even the best place to make friends. I think doing business as a student is the best way to make friends, because that's why I said in chapter 4 that you must be the street sense or streetwise student, because if you don't know how to handle people, if you don't master emotional intelligence, if you don't understand that there's something called social capital, that who you disguise today, let me just use that, who you disguise today, who you say I'm this today, might be somebody pivotal in your life in 5 years. So if you say because you are chasing a first class and suddenly in your mind you see this person as an obstacle, because realistically speaking, not everybody has the inbuilt ability to pursue a first class degree. Not everybody. Everybody can get a first class, but not everybody see it as an ambition. Not everybody have it as a goal. So some people just want to, let me just go to school and finish the second class. You guys, let me just go to school and just finish with 2-1 or something.
Funny how that's like your goal from the beginning.
That's even another narrative entirely, because once you set a goal, it's almost like the universe. It's almost like your body system. It's almost like the law of attraction. Yeah. You get everything starts working in alignment. Yeah. So back to your question, you must understand that people are indispensable. I mean, for instance, for me, I was because I was doing a business, I was meeting with all kinds of persons. And in selling, you don't sell, you sell based on needs.
Not based on your
not based on so you are providing a service.
Yes.
And providing a service, there's something called customer service relationship.
Yeah.
So I must be able to interact with it.
I think you answered. You answered the question already.
So
okay, while I was reading the book,
yes,
there was something fun for me. You mentioned categorically, do not fall in love with your mentor.
Yeah, I said it.
Yes. Being a student, okay, many of us were students in our late teens and early 20s. At that time, emotions are high and all of that.
Very high.
So, You didn't even mention managing first class and relationship because people are going to find their husband in school. You didn't mention that.
I said it in the book. That it is possible.
Somebody.
Yeah.
I saw that part, but you did not.
I did not. Yes.
So how do you manage relationships? Now I'm asking. This is aside the book because we need to learn.
Yeah.
So how do you manage romantic relationship while trying to get a first class? Because that at that point is not easy to balance. Yes. So how did you? Were you in any relationship?
Okay, because of this channel, I'm going to say I was in a relationship.
Whoa.
But it was a low-key relationship.
Okay, I'm coming. So guys, if you are in love and you think you cannot get the first class, it's a lie. Because this man here is an example that you can be in love and get a first class. So you're in a relationship. So how did you manage it?
I think it was a thing of, like I said again, it's back to goal setting.
Your mind is there already.
No, it's not even your mind is there already. I think it was a law of attraction, because it's possible for you to be attracted with somebody to someone that is not, okay, I want to get the first class, but because you are a human being first, because you are relating, it's easier for you to meet someone really nice, very awesome, and then you guys can set another goal in the relationship and say, you're building me, I'm building you. We're talking now. We were doing projects together. We were chapter 1. Are you done with chapter 1? I'm done with chapter 1. Are you done with chapter 2? So like that. So there was mutual understanding. I think we had an awesome.
Okay, so from what I get from this, what I'm taking out of this what I'm taking out of this is the fact that as long as you're in a relationship, your head has to be straight and correct. Yes. Don't what's it called? Don't lose focus.
Yes.
Make sure there's a goal to it.
There's a goal to it.
Yes. So my favorite chapter is the last chapter, and I'm glad it is. Yeah. You talked about the God factor, the place of God, and all of that. Please say more about it.
God is the author and finisher of our faith. God was the first author. Is the first author. He keeps altering things. God, I've always been a God lover. I've been a God lover since I was born.
I know you.
So God played a pivotal role, because I said it in the book that the same year I got admission was the same year I lost my dad. I was just 18. I was 18 on the 20th of June. As at July 20th, my dad died. So I got to Caleb October 26th. So that 100 level was one of the most difficult years of my life.
Is it dealing with the grief?
It's something that it took the grace of God. My peers then in school thought, what is wrong with this guy? It wasn't beyond wanting to get the first class. It was because it didn't make sense. It was an unprecedented death. Nobody was writing a script and saying, in this year your dad will die. So he was trying to respond to what had happened, and then looking onward to the future and say, look, this guy has lived his life. I love him, I miss him, but I'm a man. I have to rise up and take responsibility for what happens for my life. This guy laid the foundation. I think I should just drop it here. I was on a full scholarship in Caleb University. So I had no excuses. I had no reason not to be like a Desica. I lost my father. There was no father. There was no other father was coming.
I can imagine. If I mess up, they throw me out.
No, you get. So I gave myself sense. I know these guys. I started so it's okay. Early. So I understood that since I think it was David that said God is the father of the fatherless. So
you had a father in God.
So I had a father in God. I had a father in God. Totally had a father in God.
It's been a wonderful conversation, I promise. I really wish we could keep going.
I wish to.
What do you want people to take out of this? First class labs, beyond the 4 years, beyond what your degree will do to you, what do you want people to take out of this?
What I want people to take out of reading the book is simple. Understand that you are responsible for your life, that you determine the direction of your life. Every day you make a decision. You are making a decision for the future. There's a geometric effect of every decision you make. So getting a first class, going to school is just 1 out of 10 right decisions that you should aim at making in life. Because once you do that, it gives you a balance, it gives you a soft landing. You know, people now, there's this sense of respect, sense of, this one's, you know, there's that thing it gives you naturally because you have paid the price. So once you do that, if you're not able to do that, you can still go ahead and lead the first class life.
Remember to live a first class life. If you are still at the point where you can make a first class, please try as much as possible to make a first class. But if not, live a first class life, and don't forget to get this book. It's going to change your entire life. I'm out of school, I read the book, and it changed my entire mindset. Thank you so much for watching. There's a link below. You could get the book using the link below. Thank you, really. Thank you for sticking with me. I love you so much, and I'm still Deborah Amaechi.
My name is Adedayo Michaels.
Bye.
Bye.